AFLW. Who watches it? Me. The more they play, the better it gets. The AFLW show. This AFLW show will be better than any other AFLW show there is. We will talk the truth. We'll give all the reviews and previews of the rounds just gone and upcoming. We will talk about any topical conversations on this show. It's a show for the people. This is the AFLW show, and it starts right now.
Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question? You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss.
Let's go. And welcome to the AFLW show. I'm your host, Cooper Gretsch, the sole admin of AFL information, trade rumours and results. And we've got a very loaded show for you guys and girls today on the AFLW show. I had a decent score in AFLW Fantasy. We're going to get through that shortly. I've made 3 trades. I'm going to go through Scoops Goes Bang. I'm going to go through my AFLW Team of the Week, my Supercoach talk, and the whole lot. So that does include, so Scoops Goes Bang, AFLW Team of the Week, AFLW Scoops Medal, review the rounds that's gone on Fantasy talk, and Scoops Goes Bang, of course, and everything else in between. If you please could subscribe to the channel, would greatly appreciate it. Smash a like on this video. Want to aim for at least 20 likes for this video. Would greatly appreciate it. Now go check out my AFLW vlog if you haven't already. It should be pinned in the comment section down below. I was going to play off the top, but I thought I'd play it now. I was at the St Kilda Essendon AFLW game. It was the first ever AFLW game I'm pretty sure that I've ever attended. So it was an honour to be there for the first time to watch my Saints against Essendon. Unfortunately, they got the loss. But I was on the boundary line, got on TV apparently a fair few times. And I had some good footage throughout that vlog. So it goes about 14 minutes ago. Go check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. Met some of the players from Essendon, Mia Bush, Georgia G, Georgia Clark, Georgia Nashquan, and Ashley Van Roon. So please go check that out. Would greatly appreciate it. And here is some footage of that ending where Maddie Pasparkas threw up the ball straight up in the end and said, "Come on." Well, she did that right in front of me. So here it is. Hey! About time. 2:50. Wardlaw about 30 seconds ago, probably just under down by 12. Unlikely, but she'd hurry it up. Maybe it'd be a faint chance, but unlikely. That's disappointing.
Get properly, mate. Get along.
There you go. The Bombers have got 12 points here at Windy Hill. Ending, but here we are. That's unfortunately how the game ended, but unfortunately you can't win every game. I thought St Kilda were better than they were the week prior against the Giants. Against the Roos, sorry. All right, let's just... Also, please, if you know any AFLW players you would like to see me have on this show or any interview, hit me up on Instagram, AFL Info Live, whether they want any AFLW player, VFLW player to come on this part of the show for an interview or goal kicking challenge. Please message me on Instagram. If you know anyone that plays in the AFLW, please send me a message and we'll try and sort out an interview, goal kicking challenge, or whatever else we can sort out. I would greatly appreciate it. All right. Now, remember, leave a like if you haven't already. Smash the sub button. Once we hit 3K, there was some prize giveaways, which I'm looking at one of the prizes right now. All right, let's go. It's time for the world famous segment, Scoops Goes Bang. Oh boy. The standard of umpiring in the St Kilda Essendon AFLW game was beyond a joke, really. It truly, really was. It really, really was. And you want to know why it really, really was? Well, check out for yourself. when the game was close, it was 6 points the margin. No, I think it was equal at this point, or 6 point. No, it was 6 points. Bonnie Tuga for the Bombers in the third quarter took a mark over the boundary line. And let's look at the still shot I took of my video. Let me get that banner off for a second. Look at that. She is clearly over the line. How can you pay that a mark? You see where the point of the ball is facing the ground, right? Well, that's where it should have ended. That should have been counted as a behind. Look, people arguing, look, both their feet are over the line. People go, oh, Scoops, the ball's in play. You haven't got the other angle. Look at the angle there of the ball. The angle, the pointy part of the ball is facing the ground. Over the line. That boundary umpire is right there. The goal umpire is right there. And the furthest boundary umpire is in line. How can they not see? But I could. And I was a tad further away than them. Like, fair dinkum. You see the margin in the background there? We were down by 6 points in the third quarter. We lost by 2 goals. We had plenty of opportunities late in the game. But that could have cost us the game. And definitely played a big... Apologies, we just had someone come to the door. Apologies on that. Some random. Anyway, none of your business. But yeah, that that cost us the game. Played a good impact and cost us the game. We had ample opportunities in the last quarter. But look at that footage, and you know full well that that is a behind. That is over the boundary line, up point line. That is robbery right in front of me. Absolute disgrace. It is a disgrace. How you could pay that as a mark with a vision like that? Where's the score review in the women's game? In fact, you don't even need a review. I could see it straight up. And my still footage showed it. And people I was standing next to were like, oh, gee, really? There's a mark? Yeah, there you go. My point taken. Essendon kicked 3 goals to the start of the game. Oh, well, anyway, I'll get to that in the review, but that's not a mark. I'm sorry, that's not a mark. The umpires weren't too good there. Hope you guys enjoy that edition of the world famous segment. Scoops goes bang, and it's umpire just really frustrating. Now it's time for my AFL team of the week. A lot of great players this round. A lot of high-scoring disposal players in the forward line with goals, and it's like unbelievable. From the back line, Daisy Darcy. In the pockets, Daisy Darcy and Emma O'Driscoll. Full back, Chelsea Biddle. Apologies, their pop-up came up. So the flankers, Sarah Sinetti and Mira Gervin. Centre back, Ella Roberts. Wingman, Georgia G and Ali Anderson. Centreman, Charlie Rowbottom. The flankers, Dakota Davidson and Chloe Shear. Centre half forward, Jamie Stanton. Forward pockets, Talia Randall and Chloe Malloy. Full forward, Katie Hall. Ruckman, Ali Morford. Rovers, Jasmine Garner and Ash Riddell. Interchange, Ebony Marinoff, Claudia Whitford, Monique Conti, and Tara Bohana. Sub, Maddie Prasparkas. Emergencies, Kira Bowers, Jamie Lambert, Mimi Hill, Isabel Pritchard, Olivia Purcell, Caitlin Gould, Alyssa Bannon, and Matilda Schultz. Look, I'll get the photo up of the team of the week. Gotta make sure I get the right banner up. That'd be awkward as hell. I put the wrong one up. So there you go. Let me get that banner off. There's that team of the week right there. So you could say, well, Garner and Riddell for North Melbourne both had 36 disposals in the midfield. Were terrific. Sydney Youngruck, Ali Morford was absolutely dominating. She's having a great first few games of the season. Georgia G for the Bombers was terrific off the wing at 21 disposals and had a really good game. Ali Anderson had 36 disposals for the Lions. Daisy Darcy was solid in defence for the Suns. Same with Emma O'Driscoll for the Dockers. Sarah Sinetti for the Pies, but she was really good in the back line. Ella Roberts, the Eagle, played ruck last week, didn't play ruck this week, and now played down in defence. She must be a real versatile player to play in that, and she got the Rising Star nomination last round, so it's well deserved. They have 2 players get the Rising Star nominations, just by the way. Charlie Rowbottom for the Suns. She's been terrific. Great pick, former number 1 draft pick. She's been absolutely awesome for them. Jamie Stanton for the Suns, kicked 6. Chloe Shear for the Geelong Footy Club in the 4 line, kicked 5. Chloe Malloy kicked 1 and 22 disposals for a forward. Is pretty impressive. Katie Hoare kicked 6. Talia Randall kicked 6. It's like, it's unbelievable how many good performances there were. Ebony Marinoff was really good, but stiff to get on the bench. Same with Claudia Whiff for the Suns. Monique Conti kicked a goal in 29, despite Richmond losing Adelaide. And Maddie Pasparkles had a decent game, but she was put as a sub because there were so many clear standout performances for the midfielders. And yes, my team of the week. Comment down below what your thoughts on my team of the week are and what changes you would have changed. Or if you agree with me and you like the team I put on the field. All right. Now it's time to go review round 2. And what an interesting round it was. Some blowouts again, had some close games, some upsets. You had it all. On Friday night at Icon Park, it was Richmond 12, defeated by the Crows 41. Marinoff, Hatchard, dominating again. Danielle Ponta kicked a goal from the centre square, if you don't mind. That is pretty impressive. A great goal. Granted, it bounced through a couple of players and packs. But regardless, not many people can say they kicked a goal from the centre square. So it was a great goal from Danielle Ponta. And really, besides Monique Conti, Richmond didn't really have any clear standout players. And as I just mentioned for the Crows, the players that did well for them. We'll move on to the next game, which was Gold Coast and West Coast. 2 sides towards the bottom of the ladder. But Gold Coast thumped the Eagles at Heritage Bank up on the Gold Coast. 99, the Suns defeated the Eagles 26. The Eagles should be really embarrassed with that performance. Rowbottom, Whitford, Stanton, Darcy, and plenty more were terrific for the Gold Coast Suns, and they really did deserve that win. The Gold Coast Suns, they got some good young players, and they got a bright future led by Rowbottom and Whitford in the midfield. Next game, another spanking. Port Adelaide 26, smashed by the Lions 76 in Adelaide at Alberton Oval. I just said with Brisbane before, you got Ali Anderson was great. Dakota Davidson was great. That's some really good performance as well. A good team collective performance, along with those 2 that were clear standouts. For Port Adelaide, young ruckman Matilda Schultz was really good and did also get one of the joint winners of the Rising Star nomination this round. So went on to Matilda. Swans, Brisbane are a dominant team. Port Adelaide, I did have them 5th in my low prediction, but they played the 2 top sides so far in Adelaide and Brisbane. So then if they play Melbourne, that'd be another tough one. But we'll see how they go this week against my Saints, but we'll get to that later. Sydney and Geelong. Sydney 41, defeated by Geelong 68. Not surprised, Chloe Shear kicked 5. Was a really good performer for Geelong. And, they got the win, and they had a lot of team good performances as well. Same with Nina Morrison as well. Had a good game. Western Bulldogs and Hawthorn down in Ballarat. Bulldogs 39, defeated by the Hawks 46. This is one of the close games. The Hawks trailed their way back. Isabel Pritchard was great for the Bulldogs. But for the Hawks, Tilly Lucas-Rod, Emily Bates, some of their major contributors for the Hawks. And close win. And they love a goal down at the Hawks. They love getting around everyone who kicks a goal, especially their first goal. Like most teams, but they did very well. Now, this game was very interesting at Victoria Park. It was Collingwood 46, defeated the Dockers 25. Kira Bowers at 17 tackles. What a dominant performance. Sarah Rowe was great for the Pies as well, along with Sarah down in defence, Sarah Sinetti. Try and pronounce that name right. I think I got it right. Apologies if I didn't. Had a great game in defence. But Bowers and Hayley Miller, the Dockers, were their 2 best players. Now, North Melbourne, they have been my wildcard tip this year to make top 4, and I have them in 4th place. and they're proving well so far. They smashed the Saints, and now they smashed the Blues, 66-6. Carlton got a last-minute goal in the last quarter, but the Roos were fantastic. Garner, Riddell, absolutely dominant as always. They are very dominant players. Talia Randall kicking 4+ goals was terrific for them as well. Kate Shearlaw, former Saint, they got up there. So they got a very dangerous team, North Melbourne, and they're a force to be reckoned with come the pointy end of the season. Down at Windy Hills, the Bombers 40 defeated my Saints 28. It was disappointing because the Saints conceded the first 3 goals of the Bombers in like the first 10 or 15 minutes. So after that, really St Kilda were probably winning the contest. It just didn't show on the scoreboard. Last quarter, we had about 5 chances. And in my match day vlog, you'll see the footage, so check it down below or after this episode on the channel. St Kilda kept bombing in the 50. No game plan. Like, they seemed to run it well in the second and third quarter, but the last quarter, they just kept bombing it. And there's no one down. It's like the AFL team. Nicky Dell, the coach, Del Sano. Have people down in the forward line, mate. You can't have them all up the ground. Because when you go forward, who the hell are you kicking to? They got loose girls down there. Like 3-1 or 3-0. And they're all hanging around 50 metres. You need someone in the goal square. Put someone down there, Dell. Like, come on, mate. Wardlaw should be one out in the goal square and make her opponent stress. But Jamie Lambert was our best player. Kicked the goal. 26 disposals was really good. Molly McDonald kicked the goal as well. It was a nice goal. Xenos as well kicked a nice goal. Georgia G was terrific for the Bombers on the wing. 21 disposals, as I said earlier. Sparkus was good. And yeah, Xenos had a solid game as well for the Saints. The final game to go through was GWS and Melbourne. GWS got spanked 22-99, the Demons. 77-point wins to the Demons. Katie Hawkins 6 with like 22 disposals. It was freaking awesome. Bannon kicked 3. There was so many good performances. Hanks, Purcell, all great for the Demons. And they're on a red hot form. They beat the Pies pretty well in the second half last week. They've smashed the Giants, who are a team that will hang around the 8. So beware the Demons, the Crows, and the Roos and the Lions for this season. That's all. So that's why they were my top 4. All right. Let's now go through the Scoops AFLW Medal. Now, you'll notice something different I've done for at least last week and this week, where I will not be showing a leaderboard. At some point, I will stop doing the votes on the show, and then you'll have a Scoops AFLW Medal show like I done in the men's one. Who will be the inaugural Scoops AFLW Medal winner? So after these votes are done, you won't see a leaderboard. You'll see who got the votes. I'm not keeping a tally just yet. I may bring it next week. I'm still in the process of thinking that. So let's see how we go. Anyway, it's now time for my Scoops AFLW Medal reenacted like the great Gillian McLaughlin. Round 2, Richmond v Adelaide. Adelaide, Caitlin Gould, 1 vote. Richmond, Monique Conti, 2 votes. Adelaide, Ebony Marinoff, 3 votes. Gold Coast v West Coast. Gold Coast, Claudia Whitford, 1 vote. Gold Coast, Jamie Stanton, 2 votes. Gold Coast, Charlie Rowbottom, 3 votes. Sydney v Geelong. Sydney, Chloe Malloy, 1 vote. Sydney, Laura Gardner, 2 votes. Geelong, Chloe Shear, 3 votes. Port Adelaide v Brisbane. Port Adelaide, Matilda Schultz, 1 vote. Brisbane, Dakota Davidson, 2 votes. Brisbane, Ali Anderson, 3 votes. Western Bulldogs v Hawthorn. Hawthorn, Tilly Lucas Rod, 1 vote. Hawthorn, Emily Bates, 2 votes. Western Bulldogs, Isabel Pritchard, 3 votes. Collingwood v Fremantle. Collingwood, Britt Benici, 1 vote. Fremantle, Hayley Miller, 2 votes. Fremantle, Kira Bowers, 3 votes. North Melbourne v Carlton. North Melbourne, Talia Randall, 1 vote. North Melbourne, Ash Riddell, 2 votes. North Melbourne, Jasmine Garner, 3 votes. Essendon v St Kilda. Essendon, Maddie Prasparkas, 1 vote. St Kilda, Jamie Lambert, 2 votes. Essendon, Georgia G, 3 votes. GWS v Melbourne. Melbourne, Tyler Hanks, 1 vote. Melbourne, Olivia Purcell, 2 votes. Melbourne, Katie Hoare, 3 votes. So now you'll see the votes of the Scoops AFLW Medal after round 2. You see there, we get that banner off. You're not going to see a leaderboard just yet. I may bring the leaderboard next week. Or maybe just do votes like this where you never see a leaderboard and you just have to keep thinking and pondering, going, oh, right, who's winning it and all that stuff. I've been pondering that still. I may bring it back next week for all we know. But anyway, that's the votes there. Marinoff, Rowbottom, Shear, Ali Anderson, Pritchard, Bowers, Garner, G, and Kate Hall have all polled 3 votes. So comment down below your thoughts on my votes, what you would have done, and etc. Greatly appreciate it. All right. Now, it's time to go through my AFLW Fantasy score. I had a pretty good score, I feel. 1,282 for a ranking of 7,711. I mean, I had Bowers captain who scored like 137 on its own. So it was terrific. Marinoff scored terrific as well. I was really happy with my score. Disappointing with some of my rookie defenders scoring in the 30s. Disappointing. Had a few in the 4 line, underperforming forwards like Houghton, Wardlaw, and Randall will score 61 or less. And for some decent forwards and experienced players, it's just not good enough. So all 3 of them are out. And in replacement, I've kind of tried to structure my team a little bit differently. So I've gone with the following 3 players. I've gone for the expensive one in Laura Gardner from the Swans, who's averaging around 100. I've gone Isabel Huntington for the Giants, who was well picked, but they reckon she wouldn't play to round 2 or 3. I'll see if she plays this week. But regardless, she's on my bench. Christy Stratton has moved from my utility bench to the on-field forward, who scored a 70-odd on the weekend for the Hawks. And also, from the Bombers, Georgia G, who had a terrific game, 21 disposals off the wing and half forward. So she had a really good game. So she is in my team. So yeah, that's what I've gone with. And here's my team there. They still remain the same defenders. The ruckman is still Alice Edmonds. And the bench is Flynn Davies. The 4 line is Gardner, G, Molly, Stratton, Postlethwaite. Bench, Emma Fitzpatrick. And utility, Isabel Huntington. Because if she plays, she'll be a really good pickup. Hence why I had her before round 1 when the team wasn't released. So I'm really happy with that score. Comment down below your score. Did you beat me? I got 1,282, ranking of 7,711. I wish a stupid app would really fix it. Stop making us go to a web browser. You're on the AFL Fantasy app. It's got Classic, the draft from the men's comp. It's got the women's one on the bottom. So how about when we click it, it actually stays on the app? Still fix it. So annoying. Now let's go preview round 3. All right. Let's start all the way on Friday night at GMHBA Stadium at 5:05 Victorian time. It's Geelong at GMHBA hosting North Melbourne. This will be a really good game. This will really test North Melbourne. They're playing and test Geelong. Geelong are finally playing a strong team. Same with North Melbourne. So I'm going to be going for North Melbourne in this one by 20 points. A real interesting clash, this one. The next one to go through at Blacktown in Sydney, it's GWS hosting Richmond. I'll be tipping the Giants in this one, just because they're at home. Richmond will give them a red hot crack. 3:05 p.m. Saturday at Casey Fields is Melbourne hosting the Bulldogs. Melbourne are going to smash them by about 50 points. 3:05 Victorian time. In Adelaide at Wigan Oval, Adelaide hosting the Bombers. Yeah, Adelaide are in that top 4 bracket where they're so far apart from the rest to me. So I'm going to go Adelaide in this one. Fremantle v Hawthorn at Fremantle Community Bank Oval Saturday at 5:05 p.m. Victorian time. Ooh, I'm going to go the Dockers only because they're at home. On Sunday, 1:05 p.m. at Moorabbin at RSEA Park, it's the nice Saints hosting the Power. I'm going to go the Saints in this one because the Power haven't been great either. The Saints are at least a bit more competitive against the Bombers this week at Windy Hill. It's also Sunday, 3:05 p.m. at Victoria Park. It's Collingwood hosting Gold Coast. I'll be tipping this interesting one here. Gonna tip the Suns in an upset here, if you want to call it an upset. We also got the Eagles hosting Carlton, 3:05 p.m. Victorian time at Mineral Resources Park, which is West Coast's training ground. Against West Coast hosting Carlton. I'll go Carlton there. And the final game of the round at Brighton Homes Arena in Ipswich in Queensland, which is Brisbane's training ground. It's Brisbane hosting the Swans. I'm going to be tipping the Brisbane Lions here to win this one pretty comfortably there. Now, comment down below your tips. How'd you go last week? Anything about AFLW, any comments you got in general, just comment down below. It was good to have Kira Bowers back for my AFLW fantasy team for the Dockers, and they seem to perform a bit better with her, albeit they lost still by 21 points. My final thoughts are simply this. You want me on Cameo, head to cameo.com/Cooper G. Want me to roast a friend, wish someone happy birthday, anything at all, head to cameo.com/Cooper G. Please smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Once we hit 3K, there'll be some prize giveaways, and I mean it. So please subscribe. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please go do so. If you know any AFLW players or VFLW players that you'd like to see on this show, or just a separate to this show as an interview or Gold King Challenge, please message me on Instagram, AFLW Live, and we'll sort something out. I would sort something out, so I would greatly appreciate it. I want to get more and more guests on. A lot of content planned through AFLW. Hope you guys enjoyed the AFLW vlog. Let me know if you liked it, you want to see more of them. You might see some neutral games, not just St Kilda games. So what are your thoughts on that? There'll be more content. There's more content throughout the year that you'll be seeing more regularly that I just can't reveal yet. So keep an eye out for that. All right, thank you for watching episode 3 of the AFLW show. Until next week, everyone, have a great one. The most important thing of all to remember is go the Saints. And, of course, acknowledge me, the one. And come on, Saints, against Adelaide on Sunday. Go Saints.